Hey, health seekers, this is Colin Makwala. Today, we are with fun, and I'm sure you cannot wait. I have someone here who will be telling us about his fitness life and how he started. You know, he's been running events. He's got a car wash and some businesses that he's running. He's not just a fitness fanatic. I promise you, he's a businessman also. So we are expecting to hear a lot from him. That how did he start until where he is, and his name is Neo Semati. Dimati.
Yes.
Ndati Dimati.
Sir.
Here you are invited by your father anyway, you know.
Awesome.
And you see, the most important thing is the viewers would love to know all the students of Master G. Where do they come from? How did it start about? When they had Master G, what happened? And yeah, you just relate all the story about yourself and the fitness.
Awesome.
It's your time, man.
Excellent. Greetings, everybody online. Thank you, Master Gordon, for the honor, the invite. It is a pleasure to be here. My other home, for those who don't know. If I can just give my basic background, I am the child of the incredible Malemuhi and Nombiselo Dimati, hailing from Carltonville on the West Rand. Grew up very active in school, doing athletics, soccer. In my senior years, I played rugby, I played provincial, I played university rugby. Until then, I stopped to focus on my academics. So I'm a scholar, I'm the graduate of commerce, specializing in marketing. Then I found myself doing different jobs in corporate, from public relations, marketing, and client relations, and then to sort of like get into the cream of today, fitness. And perhaps some of you could relate. I was approached by friends and the public in general as to how do I maintain my physique, whereas in our late 20s, some of my neighbors and friends and so forth, the people I speak of, were starting to get grow or rather grow the belly,
Yeah.
so to say. But somehow that wasn't the case with me.
I'm sure there's a big problem.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So it was like, man, how come you still look good? You know? Unlike us, who's kind of getting out of shape, as the saying would go. So then I would relate to them, no, look, I do exercises at home. And then they would ask, oh, you've got a gym? And only to find out, say, no, in my room. And then they would wonder, how? And only to find that I do my push-ups and I do my abdominal exercises. And in my room, of course, which would be just a space of 2 by 2 meters. So the questions would continue. The curiosity would continue until I then decided, no, look, let me show you how it's done. It's actually quite simple. Then I took it seriously to an extent. I then sent messages to my friends. It started with friends to say, let's meet at such and such a place at such and such a time. Actually, to be specific, This was at the Carltonville Sports Complex. That's when I was still residing in Carltonville. Then we met at the Carltonville Sports Complex. After having spoken to hundreds and hundreds of people, first day came, the time was set, I arrived at the venue, and there was one guy. One guy there. The guy that I first trained as a trainer, so to say, then still not qualified, Warrior Andile. And mind you, then to his amazement, he was asking me, where's everybody? And when I look back, I remember I had the resolve to say, no, you are everybody I need right now. Believe it or not, we warmed up because I've got a sports background. I understood the fitness dynamics of warming up, and I showed him the exercises I was doing at home. And calculatively, we took an hour. To my amazement, the guy came back the following day.
Wow.
Two of us again. And afterwards, we went for drinks. We were chilling at the bar. We invited one friend. The following day, the friend came. We were three. The following week, I had a friend joining us, Shoni, and then we were four. Now, to me, I had a small army. So there was three guys who were training, and the objective was just to kill the belly and to grow muscle and to look like models.
Obviously, guys.
Yes, yes. Then I had the resolve to say, no, look. Oh, I think I left this one out. It's very important. We were training outside in the parking lot because we did not obtain permission to utilize the actual facilities of the sports complex because it would be divided into the ballet hall, the main hall, and so forth. So the caretaker was very strict about access. Then we sort of intruded the sports complex. I say, no, now we are a small army, we're going to train inside the facilities. And then the caretaker, then Tatelokwete came and said, hey, what are you guys doing here? And because, I remember this point because I will infuse it into the conversation a little bit later. Because I was so determined and so passionate about what I was doing at that time. I said, Tatelokwete, we are training. And my tone was that whatever you're going to try and do to disturb this is not going to work.
It's going to work. Because we are training.
We are training. Rules aside. Rules aside. So then he says, okay, he could appreciate and sense the seriousness in my tone. Then he advised me, I had to meet him halfway and listen to what he had to say. He advised me to go and apply for us to be able to utilize the facilities. Long story short, we got that permission. We continued training. Week 3, 2 more guys joined us, a local DJ and a local socialite.
Wow.
We started training. Now I've got 5 guys. Warrior Nick brought his brother. Now we are 6. And then Warrior Pule came, and then I had 7 students. Then we had our very first female gladiator, Warrior Ruth. Warrior Ruth came. So we had our first female, we were 8. Then I sort of like jumped the gun a bit because then I didn't speak about how the name Gladiator Fitness Club was formed. Then I realized, wait, now I've got a club.
I can imagine how did the Gladiator come.
Yes.
Because you intruded it by that sports facility.
Yes.
So it became
by hook or crook. Yes. By hook or crook. Yes. The resolve was that of a gladiator. In the most unsuitable and most confined space for opportunity, we break through. So then I'd actually watched the movie Gladiator, starring Russell Crowe, which depicts a Roman general who overcame adversity to become mightier than the emperor himself.
Yeah.
Yes. So then I adopted that name in that spirit to say Gladiator Fitness Club SA, based on how we came about to be 8.
Okay.
Then we had our second female member, who then brought her colleagues and her friends, which took us to 15 members. All of this was in February 2015. By March, we were 15. By April, we were 42. At the beginning of May, I had 74 members in Gladiator Fitness Club SA. Believe it or not.
And now, do you still have those members still participating in your club?
One of the things that we battle with, but it is a non-ending battle, we keep working at it, is to retain members, to keep them engaged in fitness in the pursuit of wellness. You see?
Yes.
Now, again, I think, allow me to say, please let's record what I've just said, because it's going to be infused as well into what we're going to speak about later.
Yeah.
So, mind you, I had said in the beginning, I started these classes not qualified.
Exactly.
But having the sports
and
background.
You do your little thing by your bedroom, huh?
Yes, right. Now, with a bit of sports knowledge, so what it meant is the element of discipline, the element of endurance, the element of having a goal is were the driving forces in my training. From a scientific and technical point of view, I was still very much behind. Because I had not yet received training.
But now, since you haven't received yet training, where did you get the interest of now, at least I think now, or even before then? I know you used to attend a lot of aerobothons, or what they call marathons. How did it come about?
As we went through the year 2015, then, of course, through word of mouth and social media, Gladiator became very popular. The name really started to make the rounds. So, the beginning of 2016, then we had a visit from the guys from Soweto Aerobics Lovers, Shin and Blessing at the time. Right, so they came to one of the local clubs from the other side of town to promote the event. As you'd say, their upcoming aerobathon. Then we went there. That's when we met the guys and they spoke about the event. So my first encounter of an aerobathon, which comprises of hours of training with the different disciplines of aerobics, which would be move, step, and box. I then got sensitized to group fitness in the form of aerobathon. I don't know if so far perhaps I'm answering your question.
No, you're answering my question.
Okay, then let me substantiate. Then I got intrigued as to the different types of intensity, technicalities, and styles of group fitness. Say, oh, this is interesting, you know, and not forgetting, I think the most important, or I might be incorrect in saying the most important, but one of the important factors, the music.
Wow.
So, which infused the element of enjoyment. You see, hey, what's happening here? Big sound, and there's a certain flow about this music. You know? What's going on here?
Group fitness music can do that.
You see? And now having learned, it's called the pitch. Why is everything so fast? Because I was used to, at Gladiator, just playing my hip hop. And just to create effect, not understanding how that could be infused into delivering the scientific training. of it. You see. So yes, that was my first encounter of aerobathon. And from there, then I started attending a bit more. And I started learning the terminology, I started learning the technicalities, and in some instances started learning perhaps the little bit of difference in terms of the effectiveness of those disciplines in the objective of reaching fitness and wellness. Because with Move, I picked up, oh, this is a little bit more the enjoyable one. Move is for enjoyment and elegance and you know, it's a dance, it's a choreographed sequence. Then I realized, oh, there's an element of aggression which can then also give you a bit of understanding of self-defense, which is box and kick. Box and kick. Then there was a introduction into step. So step, I then realized, oh, this is sort of related to Move, but the technique sort of intensifies the exercise, because the on and off element of it challenges you. You know?
Definitely.
Yeah, you need to apply yourself.
Exactly.
So, and then I was struggling a little bit with the coordination, because, and let me get a little bit into step, because I think one of the factors I'm going, as I was saying earlier, don't forget this part because I'll infuse it, the coordination. Some of the reasons that sees us having people walk in and out of the gym perhaps is not having, or sometimes not willing to learn the different motor neuron abilities and skills that allow you to execute certain exercises.
Exactly.
So I myself was there trying to do step. Karbana, hey, where's alarm? Mount on and off, tara. So the thing that made it difficult for me was, from the beginning, I participated in what we call professionals. So at aerobathons, there's different groups. You get your base, yes, you get your
beginners, you
beginners,
get your intermediates, and then
advanced professionals, so to say. So I was doing it with professionals, and yeah, it was quite tough for me. But I'm glad that I got to experience, because then it sensitized me to perhaps what my students could be experiencing. Because what I did, I observed myself from a mental and a spiritual strength point of view. Am I going to continue and learn, or am I just going to give up?
Which is the most important thing.
Which is the most important thing. So then being patient with myself then helped me to be a little bit more patient with my own students. So things continued, 2016. 2017, believe it or not, I started teaching from what I'd learned. But I must point, still then I had not received any formal education. So it was sort of street education.
Okay.
You see?
Okay.
Then I started teaching.
At least you were teaching better.
Much.
Did you even know the music by then?
In what sense, Master?
I mean, proper. Like now you qualified.
Yes.
I mean, you definitely understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I was familiar, but didn't know.
You didn't know.
Yeah. There's familiarity and there's knowing. Yeah.
You know, right then, we are just fast forwarding it a bit, ne?
Okay.
Right. Yes, now. Here's Gladiator. He's learning all of this. He can see now, hey, gee, this has been tough. How would you then say, in terms of your members, now that you know this, as a non-qualified instructor then, how were they receiving you?
To be educated and informed as soon as possible is very key. As you asked, I'll be the reference. Now that I'm qualified, I realized in observing and understanding and then implementing what would suit the different types of members I have as far as body composition, level of fitness, and may I dare say also, personality is concerned.
Exactly.
People are not the same. So the foundation will be the same in terms of implementation, but the formula, the texture will differ somewhat based on the three things I've mentioned. If I may repeat them again.
No,
Absolutely.
no, I get you.
Absolutely.
I get
Absolutely.
you. All right, I get you. Now let's fast forward this.
Oh.
Now, here's Neo now. He's qualified.
Yes, sir.
He's qualified. He's got clients now. So what happens then?
Look, the first thing for me,
Yeah,
I'll speak about myself,
yeah,
and for me it was very important
yeah.
because I want to infuse.
Enlightenment, eh?
It was very important, sir.
Yeah,
And I want to infuse it into all the questions you've been asking up to now.
yeah.
The first thing was to forgive myself.
Which is a good thing.
I had to forgive myself for what, you may ask, for the mistakes I made in class as far as not implementing the best methods that would see my clients elevate spiritually, mentally, as you were saying, and personally. Because it's the people skills factor. I see now that I could have done much better. But in realizing I could have done much better, it was key for me not to beat myself up about it. That's why I said I forgave myself first.
I love that.
Before anything.
I love that.
Yes.
I love that.
Before anything, I forgave myself. And spiritually, I actually delivered the apology to all the students I had trained from the beginning up until that time.
No, that was great, man.
So
That's great.
yeah, no.
That's great. Honestly, that's
Awesome.
great.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, I was talking to some of the students that I've trained, and I said, look, in life, which you are touching on, it's first fix yourself. Fix yourself. You know, we are a developing species, number one. And since we are a developing species, we need to understand one thing. Maslow's hierarchy of need. We are in need, and during the time when we are in need and hungry, we are not knowledgeable. We only thinking of our stomachs. Until we reach that pinnacle of that triangle, and then we say, now we want to be self-actualized. We want to be people amongst people. We want to add value to people. But you first have to start with yourself. It starts here, which is one part you've just touched, and I am shocked. You are the first that I spoke to and interviewed, and they said, I had to forgive myself. That's the most important thing. Before I cut you, I can talk forever. It's your time. Let's go for it, man. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this.
Wonderful, Master.
Yeah.
No,
Let's
I'm
take
grateful.
it. I want us to take it as far as now. Now you qualified, and now you are also doing a bit of personal training. And with your personal training, how do things go?
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking now.
The dynamics.
Yeah, the skill itself. When you applied, I mean, with the knowledge that you have, what are the problems that you face with your members? Because I can tell you a list. I can give you a list of problems that I used to come across, which are, and they were solved easily.
Yes.
But since it's not my time, I am not going to be busy talking about that.
Yes.
I want you
Absolutely.
to tell us what is it, how did you solve it, and Yeah.
I'd like to get into the distinction first of personal and group training.
Yeah.
Personal training. I want us to, as far as my experience is concerned, understand the word itself. Personal. The particular person you are dealing with. Before you go anywhere, you need to personalize the whole arrangement from the assessment to the program to the actual application of the program. You need to personalize. And then if I can get a little bit into what do I mean by that. I spoke a little bit about it earlier on, how we differ in personalities.
Exactly.
Then you infuse your people skills by realizing that this person, one, perhaps, you'll have to do a check on that. What type of work do they do? What are their family dynamics? Are they a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home dad? Are they an 8 to 5 executive or middle management? What is the scope of their work? Do they work tirelessly? Do they work over the weekend? How long do they travel? Which can affect or rather contribute to fatigue and so forth. Yes. What then? Check a little bit of background. What is the background as far as them being active? What are their objectives in rendering your services as a personal trainer? And so forth and so forth, without me dwelling too much into this. But to give a picture, you are now looking into the person first.
Exactly.
You look into the person first. Then I promise you, I've seen it with myself. Once you understand that picture, man, the training becomes easy. Yeah.
Your personal place. Yeah. I know you've got quite a few ones. You've got a car wash. What else do you have? You said butcher also.
No. I've got a small logistics company.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I've got a partner we work with, but it's on a contractual basis, so it's not day to day.
Okay.
We just work as per a project, so to say. And then of course it's the personal training, and then within the umbrella of fitness and wellness. So it's personal training, and then I'm assuming instructor as well.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So yeah. So just to sustain the income, then I've got those 2 small businesses, and then of course then we've got the personal training and aqua instructor.
They all are doing well, eh?
Doing well as far as my resolve is concerned.
Okay.
Because business,
it has its ups and downs.
Look, it does not entirely depend on you.
Yeah.
There's outside circumstances that are beyond our control. But business, fitness, family, they all have one thing in common. Our response to it.
Okay.
Our response to it.
Yeah. Since you've touched family,
yes.
How do you balance? How do you balance your gym, especially your gym, that you, as a man, a hunk, you're going out, you're going to train these ladies, and your other half, how does she take it?
Fortunately, from the beginning, there's an understanding, because she herself is active.
Oh,
you see, she's active. So more than anything, there is a complementing factor to my work. You see, there's a element of understanding. She can relate.
All right.
So, yeah, I'm fortunate in that aspect.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate in that aspect.
Not so many are, eh? Not
Yeah,
so many
no.
are. And
Yeah.
one of the things that I would love you to, before we close, just to give an advice to most trainers. You know what is happening outside. You know what is happening. Most trainers, they're into personal training, they're training ladies. You know, you were just talking about how personal you need to understand your client. Now here you have a lady client. You know when they come to you, they'll come to you with all their problems. And obviously it's something that you need to know. Like I said, you need to focus on those 4 components. Obviously they are going to talk about their personal life. They're going to go deep into their life. They've got all these problems and they come to you, they confide in you. And like other personal trainers, they do take an advantage of that. And then taint all of us with the same sickness, as if all personal trainers are like that. What advice can you give?
Very important question, Master. Wow, very important question. For me, and let me actually put it straight and be technical about it. Your client is your money.
I like
Don't
that.
mess with your money.
I like that. I like that. Period.
Don't mess with your money.
Period. Yeah.
And in fact, let's be provocative. Let's be provocative. We are humans. We are shaped by our moments and our experiences. There is nothing cynical or sinister about finding somebody pleasing or finding them likable, if I can say. But the key thing is to then sit down first, observe the circumstances around you meeting this person, the objectives around you engaging with this person. Then the decision you're going to take, make sure you think about the after effects, the repercussions of that. Then as a trainer, you need to have immediate, mid and long-term objectives. Will those decisions suit those objectives or not? I don't know if I'm maybe saying too much. I hope I'm on the right track. So, in other words, here's my source of income. The decision that I'm about to make, will it multiply
or it will minus on
or will it minus this money?
After everything,
okay.
What can you say
in closing?
In closing, gym, business, and everything. In closing, thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Fire.
Yes, baby.
Yeah.
Okay. First thing, do not underestimate your potential. Following, believing in your potential, be consistent in your efforts. In being consistent in your efforts does not mean then, therefore, you know everything.
Yeah.
Always be willing to listen to what others say. After all, God has given us the ability to be objective. You will take what you feel works for you and then dismiss the others. But the key thing, it's even there in the book of James. Be slow to speak and quick to listen. In terms of fitness, guys, fitness is life. Fitness is a church. Fitness is food. Fitness is a drink. Fitness is a style. Fitness is money.
Thank you.
Because, let me just 20 seconds.
Okay.
Why fitness is money? When you feel better, you do better.
Exactly.
When you look better, you are seen better.
Uh-huh.
Once you are seen better, you are received better.
Uh-huh.
Once you are received better, you will get better.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, I love that.
And the last one, God did not put you on earth to just exist. He put you on earth to add value. Let's be well, let's be cool, let's have respect, let's have love, and most of all, let us keep burning with G-Fire.
Yo,
Hello.
G-Fire.
Yes, sir.
G-Fire.
Vushu.
Ha.
Mollo.
Neo. Yeah, health seekers.
Thank you,
like I said, you know the word health seekers, that's what we're always looking for. We are not proud. We're seeking for help. We're seeking to help. We are all for wellness. RIPE is the name. It's Lebabo. We thank you for listening to our men. Thanks for coming. And remember, guys, to love this channel, to share it, and also remember to subscribe. It will be here down the screen. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and we also need your comments. It's very important, people. Please comment so that we can grow this channel. Oh, we thank you. Fire.
Thank
Thank
sir.
you.
Fire. Hello.